Hello everyone, welcome back to XIII-2, and today we are loading.
Yes, we are.
The load times in this game are very long. I'm only showing them here just so you can see what it looks like. In the future they will be cut out.
Time flows without
I guess it.
pause.
I guess this game still does have more content between loads than, say, other games with famously bad loading screen times. So, is this the part where anyone's going to start expositing about what the hell's going on in the plot of this game, or is that not going to happen for another?
We'll get there. Give it like 15-20 minutes. We'll get there.
But only you remember it.
Why is Lightning still narrating?
Oh yeah, that's another thing that the game, it kind of bastardized out of 13. So, the original ending did happen? Sort of? But because reasons, only Sarah remembers it. Everyone else thinks Lightning is dead and she's in the pillar.
Okay.
Such a strange dream.
Also, what?
What, you mean you don't just wake up to strange wardrobe changes?
What was that?
I can't say that I have. Well, I don't know.
These clothes.
At least she noticed it. That's more than a lot of JRPG characters manage. That's also one of the few things that I have to give this game a little bit of credit for, although not as much as Lightning Returns. It does have costume changes.
It does, and some of them are actually very good, although unfortunately, the, two of the best ones among Style and Steel was for Sarah, and, the Mass Effect and Assassin's Creed outfits were removed because of licensing. So they are not in the PC version.
Wait, I thought Style and Steel was an original one.
It is not. Apparently it was designed by an idol.
Okay. Well, isn't that just Square Enix on TXT? What the hell was this?
This is a dialogue choice. They typically don't change much, so I will usually pick whichever one makes Sarah sound dumbest.
I don't think I've ever seen.
There are a couple of good ones.
So why does he seem so?
And as I recall, there was a very
We were going to
odd
meet.
mechanic involving certain live triggers just making items show up for no adequately explained reason.
Yeah, at certain point after you've done so many, like, it shows up and it's like, hey, here, have a dress-up thing.
Well, that's special. So is this.
Yeah, this is not quite the Bodum that we were just at.
Okay. These are all done. All of those responses were done, and why is there a thing in the top left that says live?
That's kind of your cue that says, hey, you are in the area where you are going to get a dialogue prompt like that. It's usually used to tell you that, hey, you can talk to this guy, and, like, you can talk to somebody, and it will give you a dialogue choice.
And how is that different from literally any other moment in the game?
Well, normally they just have little speech bubbles, and it's just a pre-canned dialogue.
This game is done.
Yes, it is.
Oh, hey, it's those guys.
Yeah, so, we are, in fact, on Pulse. This takes place 3 years after 13.
Well, okay. That's the first thing that someone said about the plot of this game that actually makes sense.
And, oh, hello there.
That's some aim that you have there, mate. Hey, those were the things with lightning, those insect things.
They were the thing with Caius.
I thought,
No, Lightning had the beasts.
well, okay then. I'm sure you can forgive me for not having a clue what was going on in that cutscene.
You have to look after yourself now.
Also, the next thing, another thing that actually makes sense. LeBro is bitching Sarah out because she keeps crying for Lightning to protect her.
Although, admittedly, like, we do know that Lightning isn't dead, and it makes no sense to us that anyone would say that she was dead, which was a terrible decision regarding getting the audience to sympathize with the right people.
Get up, Sarah.
You were in my dream. I saw you.
Save it for later.
Is this really the time, Sarah?
Can you fight?
That is totally a thing that people say.
If I have to.
You're gonna have
So,
to. One more thing. Don't ever lay down and wait to die.
yeah, that too is a thing that people sure do say from time to time to each other in conversation.
So yeah, holy shit, it's real combat!
Hey, it's an actual battle system. Like, with paradigm shifts and everything.
Yes, to 13-2's credit, one of the big things it does is it gives you the full battle system right from the start.
So you don't have to play through 10 chapters to get everything.
And the paradigm shift dance is gone.
Oh, yeah. Now, that was a great thing that I actually do have to, I do have to actually give them credit for. Jesus fuck, they noticed how dumb it was and they took it out. So that's something.
Yeah, the battle system got a lot of nice tweaks that actually are pretty good.
The things that we term quality of life improvements.
The unfortunate problem is that everything else related to combat is terrible. Like, encounter design? Yeah, that's...
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sure we'll get to the many problems with this game and combat generally. But the Final Fantasy XIII combat system isn't, like, just as a mechanical thing in a vacuum, isn't bad.
You will notice that things have been streamlined a little bit. Ice, the water tree and earth elementals are gone now, so it's only fire, lightning, ice, and wind. And you'll probably also notice we don't have TP anymore. That was another thing that was removed.
Yeah, well, there's another thing that we'll have, but later. Also can we actually mess with our paradigms yet, or can we only just switch between the four that we have?
Not right now.
So I was going to say, there was a thing that kept on bugging me throughout 13, and I was really hoping it would be a feature in 13-2, and it was. But we won't be able to see that until we can see the paradigm menu.
Oh, and there's my reminder that I need to turn off Steam notifications.
Are you okay?
Hey, it happens to every L here.
Yeah. Gotta go.
Okay.
Why is everybody acting extremely weird? I don't know if it's a plot point or just terrible writing.
So yeah, Nora is basically the protectors of the village. Snow is supposed to be, but Snow is not here. So he left his buddies in charge.
And, like, wasn't there the whole thing where he was getting married? What happened to that?
Well, Lightning disappeared.
She just needs some rest.
It will get explained. The short version is that when Lightning disappeared from the timeline, or whatever the fuck happened, to make her vanish and make everyone think that she was dead, Snow went out to save her,
And before I forget,
because he's Snow.
it wasn't just me. You should probably thank this little guy too.
So he's gone, because he's trying to save Lightning.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you over the sounds of me trying to kill myself.
Boy Moogle?
He's supposed to be your lucky charm. Your sister gave him to me.
Wait, you know Lightning?
Well, for a certain value of no.
Come here.
Where did you see her?
Like, if by no you mean
Was it
I briefly fell out of the sky in the middle of nowhere for no adequately explained reason,
I saw it in a dream.
and then jumped into a gate.
How the fuck does Sarah even know what the name of Valhalla is, let alone where it is?
Then the meteor.
It's almost as though this game is fucking terribly written.
I guess.
Do you mean you
I mean,
actually
even
see her?
by Final Fantasy XIII standards.
Maybe. I don't know. Damned if I can remember. Why do
Oh, and look, does he have amnesia as well? Jesus Christ. Like, does this game even need me to snark on it?
Lightning is alive. She's in a place called Valhalla.
Yeah, sure, based off the testimony of one person who came in riding a meteor,
Believed every word
clearly.
he said. Even though it couldn't possibly.
Yeah. I have nothing to say to any of this.
Yesterday. The smile on Lightning's face when she gave her blessing for Snow and me to get
Alright, so
married.
like I said, that was during the ending, we saw that.
I'm the only one who ever remembered that. No one believes. It's just a dream, they say. From when I slept in the crystal.
So,
Illusion.
the official story is that the ending of 13 never
They
happened.
say my sister is gone.
The official story, as far as everything is concerned, is that Lightning is the one in the Crystal Pillar.
She turned into the crystal pillar that holds Cocoon above the surface
Okay.
and saved both worlds.
Well, this seems like a really weird detail to start out the game on.
But even so,
Like, this seems like something a slightly more competently written plot would have as little backstory detail that constantly gets brought up. Like, it will be some dumb thing like people are talking about there's somebody in the pillar, and then like about halfway through the game they would point out that, hey, it's Lightning, and then everyone would go like, what? And then all the people who played the last game would go like, what?
do you mind me?
Because that's how you handle stuff like this, when you have to invest 80 hours of your life in a fucking video game in order to understand a plot point. I'm sorry, I got a bit carried away there.
Curiosity killed the cat?
So yeah, now we are in, like, actual gameplay here. We do have a jump button, which is great. That's because that means that, because goddamn well that means we're going to have platforming later.
Well, less of a job,
Oh,
more of a
God.
in the era.
But aside from that, it's basically like 13,
Are
except
you really from
it's a
a
bit
different
more
time?
open, and with a much shittier frame rate.
I'm not trying to hide anything.
And you don't need so many blue circles to jump, you just jump yourself. Because that constitutes a gameplay innovation, as does this.
So, the Mog Clock, it wants to pretend that it's something very big and deep. It's just a random encounter.
Well, it's the timer that allows you to know how your random encounters are going to go.
Also, another big change. Right off the bat, you might notice that preemptive strikes do not give you a free stagger anymore. They give you 20%. And if they... And how... Oh, Jesus, one thing at a time here. Okay, so first things first. Preemptive strikes, 20% and automatic haste. It is the only way to get haste in the game, outside of very, very specialized equipment.
Yeah, it's like they realised that haste was a little bit broken. Or rather, it was absolutely necessary. And it was dumb that it was necessary, so they balanced around not having it. Which I can respect.
Alright, second thing, you will notice that, as you might expect, the Libra screen starts out completely empty. Because we no longer have TP, the only way to automatically fill it out is a Libra scope. So if you do not have one, you have to grind out every single bit of information on there now.
Well, that's just great.
I just didn't think it would be that beautiful.
Like,
Cocoon, I mean. It's exactly
yeah, that's the first of the big design changes the big battle changes that I'm gonna go ahead and say, yeah, that was really fucking dumb.
My sister is somewhere inside that pillar. At least that's what everyone says.
Okay.
She and our friends transformed into crystal and kept Cocoon from falling.
So the Fang thing did happen. At least everyone remembers Vanille and Fang, it's just that they remember Lightning being in there with them.
That sounds right?
It's not like they all think that Vanille and Fang are still alright.
I wish it weren't true.
No, Vanille and Fang are definitely gone.
Well, okay then. As weird as it is, I am digging this music.
Oh yeah, like I said, this is one of the best. This is another one of the really, really good tracks in this game.
Something that this game specifically does quite well is it has these like upbeat themes with like crazy percussion, but also like these high floaty strings, and they use them for battle, and it's great. It's a nice little sort of musical aesthetic, sort of, and it works nicely.
Looks amazing.
Also, this theme is a remix of Null's theme, but we don't know what Null's theme sounds like yet, so I guess that doesn't really mean anything.
Alright, so you might see Mog freaking out there. That's because he's close to something hidden, but that's a mechanic that we don't actually have yet.
So they do dole out some things at an extraordinarily slow pace, just not battle mechanics.
Alright, so we can find maps. They will show us the entire area, obviously. You might notice there's an explored counter. Right now it says 25%. If we explore each area 100%, there is a thing that we will do with that later.
Yeah, thing is a pretty apt word to describe that thing. It's pretty dumb, don't worry.
Still in one piece?
It's also pretty dumb that like they do that stupid JRPG thing where you have to explore every minute corner of a map
Oh, who's this?
for no reason other than that because it's part of a thing.
This is Noel. He helped Lebro and me out of a tight spot.
Is that right?
Also, are we at a high enough level of detail to see what's on the back of Noel's shirt?
I'm good though.
Okay,
Like,
take
he's
it
got something written there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it
Here to
says.
make trouble for anyone.
Probably something in fucking Latin.
Anything happens to Sarah, and the boss will string your carcass out to dry.
Like this... Like, Noel is a Tetsuya Nomura monstrosity, right?
Yes, he is.
Sounds like a tool. I could deal with him.
Huh? Who do you think you are?
Oh god.
2, 3.
What the shit?
He's not totally wrong. Snow is kind of a tool.
But... What the fuck just... Why did... they weren't even... What? I can't pause the thing that I just saw, I'm sorry. I cannot bring myself to comment.
So you're going to notice that a lot of the enemies here are from Pulse, obviously.
Makes sense.
Which, you know, makes sense because that's where we are. So a lot of those Chapter 11 and 12 enemies from 13, they're going to be our basic enemies for this game. So evidently we are a hell of a lot stronger than we were in 13.
Yeah, just imagine that all the numbers that you're seeing are multiplied by about 10,000, and you'll be about at the right ballpark.
We need as many resources.
I mean, needless to say, the actual stats involved are the same as they are in 13, so everyone still has strength and magic and HP and basically nothing else.
Up ahead. I see the shelters here are still intact.
So, again, did we skip over the part where it was explained what we were actually doing right now?
Right now we are going over to investigate the meteorite.
I see it too. Pretty sure.
Did anyone say that at any point?
Yes, that one actually was said.
I guess I just got distracted by something incredibly dumb happening.
Sarah, what's going on?
I think we talked over it, yeah, but no, that we are going to investigate the meteorite.
Oh, that seems... Hang on, we're live again.
That's because we're going to talk to Yuge.
Oh, hey, Yuge.
Why did that need to...
So, this is the famous
God, that mechanic is dumb.
I guess news travels fast. Lebro told me how you helped her out. I'm Yuge. Nice to meet you. Hey, likewise. New style and threads, Sarah. Not exactly a dress up and hit the town kind of
Oh,
occasion.
good. People can see it. Please tell me you picked the top one.
You want to try them on? They might look better on you.
I don't think so. Wouldn't want to show you up or anything.
Oh, you just getting
Better
sassy.
get going.
Yeah.
See you guys later.
Bye.
Well, that was an entirely purposeless conversation. Other than a
Closer look.
kind of flat attempt at humour, I guess.
So, just a quick little detail. You might have noticed that sometimes when enemies spawn, the NPCs on the map will turn around and attack it. It doesn't actually do you any good, but it's a nice little flavor thing.
Unstable time or something.
Yeah, it's like
More meteorites.
somebody put a little bit of thought
Look at this.
into the concept of monsters just
We've been seeing all
appearing in the middle of nowhere, absolutely out of nowhere,
Happening?
and people freaking the fuck out.
Not the slightest clue.
Like, frankly, I'm astounded at some of the stuff they've managed to get this engine to do.
Parts haven't changed at all.
So we're apparently in some kind of weird time bubble right now.
Timelines. Realities blending
Well, of course we are.
like two ages overlap. That about right? Right. It's exactly like that.
Well, that sure was a thing that somebody just said.
So, is the Moogle from another dimension, do you think?
Well, I'd have to dismantle.
Sarah, he's right there.
Whoa! I think he understood you. In any case, we can't.
I don't know, I think Maki has the right idea. Let's take Mog apart.
I'm entirely in favour of this. Like, that would involve there being considerably less Mog in our near and intermediate and distant futures.
Maybe the world's.
And I'm very okay with that. Is that a loading screen in the middle of a...
That's an autosave.
Cocoon is gone.
Oh, okay, that just happened.
Oh, right!
Hey, it's that guy from before.
Yeah! So this is Gamagog. He is a recurring boss fight.
Okay. Is he anything special, or is he just some guy who shows up to try and murder us occasionally?
Well, if you read his fragment shards, you'll see...
Oh, fuck me.
Oh, yeah. So basically, his whole thing here is to teach you about roll bonuses. That's what the tutorial was at the beginning. It basically says, hey, swap into dual shields when he starts his attack.
Okay. Well, at least they're bringing this stuff out relatively fast.
Yeah, but otherwise, we're looking at pretty standard... This is just standard FF13 boss fight.
Okay. So what was this about fragments?
Fragments are... They are basically the replacement for the data log.
Okay. So what you're saying is that they are the data log.
There is a proper data log, but it has been kind of turned into what you might expect, like the Mass Effect Codex to be. And the fragments this time are where all the stupid bullshit hiding plot elements have gone.
I don't know if that's more or less dumb than how it was before. Given Final Fantasy XIII generally, I am going to go ahead and say that it's probably pretty dumb. Also, what?
Yeah.
What's going on inside that rock?
What was this about resolving stuff?
We made it.
Wait up.
It's dumb.
I mean, I'll take your word for that.
We'll talk about fragments and how they work in the next video. For the most part, they're basically just collectibles.
What is that place? Noel, do you know?
I like that we're looking at a still picture of somewhere else imposed on top of the animated background of the place that we are.
You're looking at a different time. That's the world.
The effect kind of falls a bit flat here.
In my world, Cocoon doesn't exist. When I was born, the sky was already empty. Tell me, how many years has it been since Ragnarok appeared and Cocoon fell?
Well, it's
I thought it was from the future, not another world.
that was 3 years ago.
Alright, well, I mean, we're getting somewhere. We got a little bit of something, so he's
All that happened
so he's from
700
700
past.
years in the future, and at some point in there, Cocoon is going to fall and basically wipe out all life.
Yes, I knew it. I
Okay.
knew you were from this world.
I'm the last of humanity.
Wait, what?
Sarah, I can take you there. We can find Lightning together. I know she wants to see you. You're full of it! Yeah, that's impossible! Lightning's gone, man.
Good, everyone's noticing how dumb this all is. Unfortunately, they're all going to get corrected.
Do you know where my sister is?
I can continue believing for a little while. Also, what?
Well, you see, Sarah has the ability to use these
You see?
time
It's
gates.
a time gate.
What do you mean?
Okay.
What the? It's like a portal. Lightning is in a place.
I'm going to assume this is another one of those things that was never brought up at any point,
I couldn't turn my
either in the last hour of this game or the last 80 of the first.
the answer to my doubts and dreams.
No, time gates are very much a new thing.
Playing beneath Cocoon.
Okay.
Everyone celebrated my marriage to Snow. I remember her smile like it was
So-
yesterday. But sometime when I wasn't looking,
This is just another thing that is being thrown at us with no lead-in or really much explanation or any build-up or any of that stuff that normally happens in a plot then.
Oh yeah.
On Pulse, or did it really happen? No one
So-
says he can find you. But is he
Do I
telling
even
the
want to
truth?
know where this goes?
Do you really want an answer to that question?
Noel's world was a
I
terrible
don't
place
know.
where Cocoon did not exist. He had traveled back in time to change that bleak future. Or so he told us.
Why did they put that ceiling fan in there? That's just there to show how bad the frame rate is.
Objects from different times get mixed up. If you want to open a gate and travel through time, you have to find one of those objects. They're called artifacts.
Okay, we're getting somewhere. We have to find artifacts to open the time gate.
So,
Anachronisms, relics of a different world. Basically, things that don't belong.
how about the Moogle?
If we can find one, we
The
might-
Moogle seems like a good candidate for this.
Then we could cross time and travel to Lightning's
Well,
world.
No, the Moogle doesn't count, because
Could Noel be telling the truth?
the Moogle was sent by
On
lightning,
that
and
gate,
that's...
in a place called Valhalla. Is Lightning
And also it's our
alive and
weapon,
waiting
so,
for
you
me?
know, it would be nice not to be
Can I
running
get
around
it
barehanded.
again? After all this time,
Why couldn't they have just given her
I want to
a
believe.
bow?
I want
Like,
our sister
the bow already has a bunch of gears and levers and mechanical folding stuff on it. And we're already playing a game where Lightning had a big intricate folding gun blade and SARS had his combining guns. Why couldn't she have just had a fucking composite bow? What would have been so bad about that?
Good morning.
More than you will ever know, Fadol. So yeah, now we have access to the Crystarium and the Paradigm system, but we will talk about those next time.
Is there even much for us to talk about next time?
And yeah, that was that little reward we got for doing the live events.
Now don't start whining. We agreed to take care of
Uh.
him while he was gone.
There are lyrics playing.
Yes, there are lyrics playing.
I am not going to fucking subtitle these. Not in a million fucking years.